Welcome to Redefined Church. I'm Gail Van Brigel, and I'm delighted that you've chosen to join us today. We are a gathering of diverse people from many different backgrounds who are exploring faith at the intersection of life, community, and mission. Why redefined? We've noticed that the timeless message of Jesus Christ has been complicated by unnecessary religious obstacles. Simply put, we believe that every person can have a meaningful relationship with God, and we hope to clear the path for you to do that. Jesus welcomed people to belong. He walked with them so that they would believe, and he empowered them to become who they were designed to be. We invite you to join us in this incredible journey. We encourage you to participate in whatever way you feel comfortable. Feel free to join us as we sing.
Let praise be a weapon that silences the enemy. Let praise be a weapon that conquers all anxiety. Let it rise. Let praise arise. We sing your name in the dark and it changes everything. We sing with all we are and we claim your victory. Let it rise, let praise arise. We'll see you break down every wall. We'll watch the giants fall. Fear cannot survive when we praise you. The God of breakthroughs on our side, forever lifted high. With all creation cry, God, we praise you. Oh, we praise you. Oh, let faith be the song that overcomes the raging sea. Let faith be the song that calms the storm inside of me. Let it rise. Let praise arise. We'll see you break down every wall. We'll watch the giants fall. Fear cannot survive when we praise you. The God of breakthroughs on our side, forever lifted high. With all creation cry, God, we praise you. Oh, we praise you. Oh, this is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels like. This is what heaven sounds like. We praise you, we praise you. This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels like. This is what heaven sounds like. We praise you, we praise you. This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels like. This is what heaven sounds like. We praise you, we praise. We'll see you break down every wall. We'll watch the giants fall. Fear cannot survive when we praise you. The God of breakthroughs on our side, forever lifted high. With all creation cry, God, we praise you. Oh, we praise you. Oh, we praise you.
Thank you so much for joining us, Redefined Church. What a joy it is for us to be able to gather together online in this experience. And it is July. Can you believe it's July already? It is summer, and we are thankful for all that God is doing in your life and in the life of our church. I want to join and start by thinking about the many gifts of God. As we start a new series, I want you to just take a moment and think about the different types of gifts that God has given you. And maybe those could be something as simple as eyesight, or your friendships, Or perhaps it's a special talent or a gift that you might have. Or perhaps you're thankful for the gift of your spouse, or perhaps your children. Or you think about the gift, maybe for some of you, the gift of singleness. All of those things are gifts that God has given us. And as you think through that list, I want you to add one more, because there's a gift that God has given us from the very beginning, and it's the gift of rest. We're going to be looking at this season. We're going to be looking at holiday Haze. All of us in Belgium are enjoying this holiday Haze. It's a holiday time when we just sit back and things slow down and things just, many places are closed. Many places are, people are traveling here and there. In fact, there are many of you that are traveling during this season. And I'm so thankful that we have this online experience that even while you're traveling, we can be together. But with that, in rest, we were given an opportunity to relax, to repair, to restore, and to rejuvenate. Rest is a gift from God. Rest is an important part of your spiritual journey. We don't often talk about rest. We often talk about our need for rest. I don't know about you, but it's just been a crazy season. In fact, even through the pandemic, when things were in lockdown, it felt like it was requiring more energy and we were more tired. And even in this moment, but as we have a time to just sit back and think about during this holiday season, what it means to rest. For some, the idea of rest brings about feelings. Some of those feelings aren't great feelings. Sometimes we feel a sense of guilt that the rest means something's not getting done. Others of us deal with feelings of anxiety. The feeling related to us, who will I let down if I'm resting? What won't get done if I'm resting? Will I meet my deadlines? Life is so fast and it's running at such a frantic pace. Sometimes we feel guilty about rest and we feel anxious about rest. But these feelings might be natural, but they're not what God intended for us. They're not the life that God designed for His creation. In fact, if you go to the Bible, in the book of Genesis, it's the very first book in the Old Testament, and it talks about the creation story. And in Genesis chapter 2, verses 1 through 3, it says this: "Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day, God had finished work that He had been doing. So on the seventh day, He rested from all His work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it He rested from all the work of creating that He had done." When I think about this, I recognize that God rested. What an incredible thought. The God of all creation, who can do anything, chose to rest. And we ask ourselves, why did God rest? Well, it wasn't because He was tired, but He created a model for us, knowing that we as created beings need rest. It was a gift that He was giving to us to say, there's a moment and there's a space and there's a time and there's a place that is prescribed for us to rest. God never intended rest to be associated with guilt and anxiety. The scriptures do not record that on the seventh day God rested and sat anxiously wondering about what should have been done that day, or all the work that needs to be done in the following week, or hoping no one else will notice that He was resting. That's not in there, is it? This is the response from a broken world that fails to understand the gift God has given us and the gift of rest. Now, we're going to be looking over the next 4 weeks what it means to truly rest, and how that rest and how that gift impacts our life. The truth is, I want to see each and every one of you healthy. I want to see your families healthy. I want to see your relationships thrive. I want to see you have favor and excel in your work. But all of those things will not come about without rest. We were designed and created with the need for the gift of rest. So today we're going to focus on the word relax. Relax. It's to make or become less tense or anxious. We're here in Belgium are beginning to enjoy the relaxed restrictions. We're thankful that we're starting to move forward and we're progressing in that, and we see those things relaxed. Relaxed is taking something that is tense and it's releasing that tension. You know, we need that. To relax is to release tension or relieve tension. How many of us would like to relieve more tension? Of course, all of us would. The challenge is that requires us to loosen our grip. It requires us to relinquish control or trust. Now, this message is a roller coaster of emotions because some of us get filled with anxiety just thinking about all of this, of loosening our grip, of trusting. That requires us to let go and release and relax. Some of you really need to relax. And the truth is, God wants to help you get there. This series is called Holiday Haze. Our heart is that you will enjoy this holiday season without guilt, without anxiety, filled with joy from the gift that God has given you. Now, this message is going to feel a little slightly different. I just want us to take a deep breath. Can you do that with me for just a moment? Breathe in. Remember, it's July. We're here to relax. And in this moment, take a deep breath and listen to the words of the Bible and to remind us that there can be rest when we begin to relax and embrace God's plan for us. Jesus, speaking in Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 and 29, says this, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." That is like a breath of fresh air. He invites us to come. Yeah, you, even you, no matter what your background is, no matter what your experience is, no matter how fast-paced life is or how chaotic it seems that life is happening around you, He's calling to you today and say, "Come, you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." The psalmist writes in Psalm 127:2, says, "In vain you rise early and you stay up late." You've ever heard the phrase burning the candle at both ends? That's what the psalmist is writing about here. He says, you rise up early and you stay up late toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. Can I tell you, he loves you? And sleep is a good thing. Now, for those of you who know my patterns, you're probably saying, wow, this is awfully hypocritical. Well, I got news for you. I'm learning too. I need more sleep and I need to rest. And sometimes I struggle with the very same things that you struggle with, the guilt and the anxiety and wondering if someone's going to be concerned if I rest. But I can tell you, someone is concerned about your rest. And it's the God who created you and who loves you. The psalmist writes in Psalm 4, verse 8, "In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." What a beautiful thing when you think about this and the picture that the psalmist gives us, that we can rest when we recognize that God has it in control, that he is our protection, that he is our safety. And when we rest in him, there's a peace that comes. Some of us haven't experienced that in a long time. And my prayer for you is that this week, that God will give you the sweetest rest as you relax, as you release, as you allow God to meet you right where you are. During this season, what's keeping you from relaxing, from receiving the God-given gift of rest? Some practical tips for you. Number one, give thanks to God. There is nothing like gratitude to keep a proper perspective. Think about all of God's gifts and then focus on receiving the gift of rest. Guilt-free, anxiety-free, and marvelously given to you. How sweet that would be. Secondly, not only give thanks to God, but secondly, establish boundaries. Boundaries do not happen accidentally. Find some space where you're device-free. Now, I know that's terrifying for some of you. In fact, I wonder if there's going to be a new line of coffins that have a place where a person can hold a phone. Why? Because we're so dependent on our devices. But friends, let's keep it out of the bedroom. Let's keep that cell phone out of the hand or at the dinner table. Find a space where you're device-free. Social media, email, and calendar aren't in your space. Life will go on without you. Social media will not collapse if you don't post and check in daily. Thirdly, identify things that are controlling you. If you don't know what might be controlling you, ask a friend or a family member. They will let you know. And can I just say a small note? Because we want this to be an experience that's good. Friends and family, please be gentle, but be honest. When there are things that are controlling you, you need to identify those things that are holding you back from getting the rest that you need. And fourth and finally, relax, release, trust, and relax. Dedicate the time to the Lord and protect that time as much as possible. Now, I know all of you have responsibilities, and some of you are thinking, you don't understand, I've got kids running around, I've got things going on here, got that things. All I can tell you is that Jesus recognized, even with his disciples, when all the crowds pushed in around, that Jesus encouraged his disciples, and Jesus himself got away to a solitary place. Find that place where you can enjoy the rest, guilt-free, anxiety-free, that he has designed for you. In conclusion, I just want to take a moment with me. If you need to close your eyes at this moment, you can. If you want to visualize the beauty of this familiar psalm, but all this week in your redefining moments, we're going to focus in on Psalm 23. Because when I think about rest and I think about the beauty of these words, they remind me of the gift that God has given. So in this moment, let's just reflect on Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. Whew. What a thought. I don't need anything else. He is all sufficient. Verse 2, he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, no fear, no anxiety, no guilt. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. What does that mean? That even when all the chaos around is happening, God has an abundant rest and a peace for you. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. What a peace, what gentle rest God has prepared for us. This is the psalm of the shepherd, the one who looks after his sheep, looks after those he loves, and he looks after you today. Can I pray for you? Lord, I come to you now, and Lord, you see all of the chaos and all of the things that are happening in life, and all the things that just continue to run, and it just seems like it's a frantic pace. And we try to keep up, and we try to keep people happy, and we try to make sure everything's running smoothly. And Lord, all along, you're calling us to a place of rest, a place of relaxation, a place of trust. And Lord, I pray that you would help people to walk in that today, Lord, as you have designed them to be. And Lord, I pray for those who are weary, Lord, I pray that they would find rest in you this week, that they'd set aside the clutter and the chaos and all of the things and find a space to embrace the gift of rest that you have given. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Out of the depths I cry to you. In darkest places I will call. Incline your ear to me anew, and hear my cry for mercy, Lord. Were you to count my sinful ways, how could I come before your throne? Yet full forgiveness meets my gaze. I stand redeemed by grace alone. And I will wait for you, I will wait for you. On your word I will rely. I will wait for you, surely wait for you, till my soul is satisfied. So put your open God alone. Take courage in his power to save, completely and forever one, by Christ emerging from the grave. And I will wait for you, I will wait for you. On your word I will rely. I will wait for you, surely wait for you, till my soul is satisfied. Now he has come to make a way, and God himself has paid the price, that all who trust in him today find healing in his sacrifice, that all who trust in him today find healing in his sacrifice. I will wait for you, I will wait for you, through the storm, through the night. soul is satisfied.
Thank you for joining us this week with Redefined Church. If you have any questions or you would like prayer, we would love to connect with you. Please send us a private message and we'll be able to pray with you and connect with you and help you in your faith journey. Thanks so much for joining us, and I encourage you throughout this week, get a hold of the Redefining Moments, which is a daily devotional that can be a part of your growth and help you in your walk with Jesus Christ. I want to also encourage you to check out all the things that are happening on our website and be a part of what is happening here at Redefined Church. May God bless you and have an incredible week.